Shade garden plants for zones 4 to 8. Shade gardens can be plenty cheerful, whether you use flowering plants or foliage plants. Before discussing the plants with which you can populate your shady nook in style, you should learn the terms associated with a shaded area and, more specifically, an area that is partially shaded. Since the people searching most desperately for ideas for shade gardens will be planting in an area that gets less than 3 hours of sun each day, you should begin looking at some full shade plants. These are the go-to plants of the shade garden world. The problem with classic ground covers that thrive in shaded areas is that some thrive a bit too well, they tend to be invasive. Take a look at one safe, non-invasive choice and one not so safe, potentially invasive choice for gardeners in the northeastern U.S. If you have made a visit to a garden center recently, you may be familiar with these 3 plants, treated as annuals in the north. The 12 best perennials for shade include: the next group is not a botanical classification but based, rather, on the outstanding characteristic of the plants in question, their extraordinary leaves. They are known as foliage plants because their foliage is superb enough to make them useful as landscape plants, despite lacking flowers of any great beauty. They are especially useful in shaded locations, where many plants valued for their blooms in sunnier spots simply will not flower much when robbed of the necessary sunshine. Here are some examples that can take at least a little shade. Shrubs are the bones of a landscape, whether in sun or shade. Get them in place first, then build around them with your smaller plants. Some of the best shrub picks for shade include: as with ground covers, it is tricky finding suitable perennial vines for shade gardens that are hardy in cold climates. Often, you will pride yourself on having found a pretty vine that can stand up to sub-zero temperatures, only to wind up scratching it off of your list of possibilities, because you discover that it is an aggressive grower, or downright invasive. 2 tamer examples are: if your landscape is large enough, you may even be in search of trees for your shade garden. There are all kinds of special designs, preferences, and considerations to mention when discussing the subject of shade garden plants. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.